Hey, good morning, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's having a great day so far. For today's math lesson, we are going to be dividing integers. Now, if you remember on Tuesday, I said that this is going to be very similar to multiplying integers, which it is. Um, like I said before, just like with multiplying, you're going to multiply across like you usually do. Here, you're going to divide like you usually do, but you need to pay attention to the signs of the numbers that you have. So, just like with multiplying, you need to make sure that when you have one negative number divided by one positive number, you get a negative. Okay? Um, Remember, just like with multiplication, you have one negative sign, one positive sign equals a negative. Now I wrote out both ways because, as like I said, as you guys go farther and farther along in school and with math, you'll start seeing, instead of seeing the division sign like we do here and like we're used to seeing, like I said before, we're going to start seeing a lot more fraction bars. That's your sign for dividing. So put them in both ways. So a negative divided by a positive equals a negative. Here, same thing. We got a negative divided by a positive equals a negative. Okay, so you got to remember one negative, one positive, it's going to be a negative. Okay, so here we flipping those. We got a positive divided by a negative, and we get a negative. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one's first. As long as there's one negative and one positive, we have a negative. Now, again, like I said with the multiplying on Tuesday, we will see how that changes when there's more numbers added to that. But right now, we're just worried about two numbers. We got one number divided by another number. Okay, so and then here again, like up top, we have that in the fraction form. We have a positive divided by a negative, which also equals a negative. Okay, and then remember the last one. That's the one that's different. Remember, we have a negative divided by a negative, and that equals a positive. Remember the trick. Two wrongs, they make a right. Negative divided by negative equals positive. And then again, in a fraction form, we got negative divided by a negative. Okay, that equals a positive. All right. So no matter, it doesn't matter how big the number is or whatever. As long as that one number is negative and one number is positive, it's going to be negative. If both numbers are negative, the answer is going to have to be positive. Okay, it changes. So, for an example, if you have, let's see, we have negative 81 divided by 9. Okay. So again, like I said, I'm going to put it like how it is over here. And we all know that 81 divided by 9 is 9. But, like I said, we have one negative number, one positive number, just like up here. So that becomes a negative answer, which would be negative 9. Sorry, I got the squeaky board. So, if we flip that, if you had 81 divided by a negative 9, remember, still the same thing. We're treating as if that negative sign's not there. We got 81 divided by 9, which equals 9. But again, we got that one negative sign there, so we have a negative answer. Okay? And then again, the last one, we have negative 81, and then we have negative 9. Okay, remember, two negatives, they cancel each other out basically. Remember, two wrongs make a right, so that means that the answer is going to be positive 9. Okay, because these two end up canceling each other out, and as if they go away. Okay, so this even applies as if you're doing some long division. So if you have a bigger number, let's say we have negative 209, and we're going to divide that by, we'll say 11. So we got a negative divided by a positive, okay? So now we got to put this in long division form. Remember, when you're dividing, your top number or your numerator goes inside the division box. It is our dividend, which is 209, and then we have divided by 11. So notice I didn't put the I didn't put the negative sign in there to go along with it. We don't need to do that because we know the problem's going to be the exact same way, but we know that we have to bring that back into the problem when we're all finished, okay? So you would work this out again like a regular division problem. So we have 11 can go into 2, 11 can go into 20, and we have 11 goes into 20 one time. 11 times 1 is 11, and then we subtract 20 and 11, and we get 9 after we do some borrowing. And then we bring down our next 9. Remember, because we're done with this, now we got to bring down our next number. And we got 99. Now I got to think, how many times can 11 go into 99? And I know that that goes into 99 9 times. Okay, so then remember, I'm following along. I just use the 9. I got to put that up above there. And now 9 times 11 is 99. We got to subtract those. That equals 0. And remember, there's nothing left here, so there's no reason to add a decimal. There's no other numbers to bring down. So we're done with our problem, okay? So as you can see, our answer is 19, but remember, we had this negative here. We had a negative 209 divided by a positive 11. So again, if we come back up here, we got a negative divided by a positive, and that equals a negative. So our answer should be negative 19, okay? So hopefully you see that this is pretty much the same as multiplying integers. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And if you need to, come ready with the questions in the Google Meet. I hope you guys all have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you guys at 10 o'clock.